everybody. I hope that you guys are doing all right. I know I haven't posted in a while, but this post is not going to be your typical vlog. It's just going to be a post for my class that I do for Psalms. So hello, Dr. Felina, if you're watching this. And this assignment is that I get to talk about a couple of Psalms that has hit home and has hit my heart in a different way and how it has spoken to me throughout this semester. So let's dive right into it. I have my notes here, so you see me looking to the side. That's just what I'm looking at, but let's go. The first Psalms is Psalm 16, and it talks about finding confidence in God. It talks about trust and security in God's presence, and in this Psalms, David is able to express how when he is in God's presence, he's able to find God's provision and God's guidance. And he affirms that when we are in God's presence and in God's guidance, we feel safe and we feel joy and we feel like we're not following the worldly things, because these worldly things are not going to lead us to eternal life. And when we follow God's presence, it will help us deepen our relationship with him. And so the key verse to this is in verse 11, is you reveal the path of life to me. In your presence is abundant life. At your right hand are eternal pleasures. And so my takeaway for this verse in this chapter 16 is for me to continue to entrust God with my future plans and with my life, and for me to have everlasting peace and for me to have everlasting joy, is that I need to walk closely with him every single day, and to make sure that he is in my right hand and I will continue to live as a living sacrifice just for him. My next Psalms is Psalms 46. And this one talks about God's protection in the chaos when we are in a busy life. And this Psalms is about how God is our strong refuge, and he is going to be there to protect us through our chaos. And whenever we are assured, he is just going to be waiting there for us, and he will lead us back into his arms. And his presence is going to feel like his presence is not going to feel uncertain when we're in this chaos. And the key verse is in verse 10, Psalms 48:10. Like your name, God, so your praise reaches to the ends of the earth. Your right hand is filled with justice. And so my takeaway with this is to know that when my life feels so overwhelming with homework and school and classes and work and just meeting with people and with friends and family, that I should not panic, that I should be able to put my rest into him, and that when I am resting in him, I know that he can be near and he is holding me in his right hand. And when I rest in him, that he has all the control that in my life, and I do not need to be in control, because it's not my job to be in control. And lastly, my last Psalms is Psalms 91. And this one is talking about protection again and deliverance. And so this psalm paints a picture of God shielding us from those who dwell near to him. He is going to be our comforter, and he's going to be the one that deliver us from danger and from hurt. And so when we are walking near closely to God, he is going to be the one that is going to shield us from all of the dangers that's going to come into our lives. And I think that's so cool, and that's so awesome that we have a good God that is willing to protect us and deliver us from all these bad things that may happen to us in our lives. And the key verse for this is in verse 1. Psalms 91:1 says, "The one who lives under the protection of the Most High dwells in the shadows of the Almighty." Wow, that's just such a good verse to open with God's protection. And my takeaway for this is that God offered us a supernatural peace and supernatural protection when we are able to put our trust into him, and when we are living in a very close relationship with him, we have nothing to worry about, because we know that when we are walking closely with him, that we are in the shadows of the Almighty, and he is our best defender in all of our struggles and whatever we go through. So overall, I have a little thing for each of our Psalms. Psalm 16 basically teaches us how we can delight in God, and how we can be close to Him. And Psalms 46 reminds us how we can rest in God's presence and not have to worry about anything what we're going through. And Psalms 91 assures us that we can trust in God's protection in whatever life throws us, because He is so good, and He is an almighty, all-powerful God. And we could not be more thankful for His presence and His goodness in our lives. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little video that I was able to make for my class. I enjoyed reading the Psalms this whole semester. It has encouraged me so much through all the ups and the downs of being able to share my sufferings with Him, and also being able to share my rejoicings with Him and my victories. And I hope that you guys got a little takeaway from what I have learned throughout this semester. So, bye!